Go live!
You're such a nerd. Good evening, everybody. We hope you're all very well. Had a nice week. The weeks are rolling around quickly, aren't they?
It's December already.
Yes.
And everyone's gone Christmas mad on the streets.
Yeah, they have, haven't they? We're letting the side down a little bit.
We haven't got anything up. I mean, usually at this time of year, you've got all your Christmas decks out.
I know. I'm not feeling it.
You're not feeling it?
I'm not feeling Christmassy. Our neighbours either side have their lights out and everything. And
I was driving around with the two girls earlier, and we saw these like massive inflatable Grinches and Santas and lights everywhere. And then I get back to our house, just dark.
Darkness, just how I like it. But we hope you're feeling more festive than me. That wouldn't be difficult. And one last competition to look forward to now.
One
next
more
weekend.
to go.
Yes, and it's a big one as well. It's got the most athletes out.
It's the biggest competition of the year in terms of athletes.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. And there's new classes this year as well, because on top of the masters classes, they have lightweight versions of those too.
There's all sorts going on this year. Obviously, they got all the normal classes they do. They've got the lightweights for the masters. They also have the team classes that are happening this year.
Day before, yeah.
And there are some adaptive disabled athletes putting on like an exhibition to see if maybe in the future they can get a competition. But there's a lot of athletes at OSG, and a lot of people we've seen on Instagram sort of posting about getting ready to go out there. It's cold out there.
It's bloody
really cold.
It's like -7.
But I'm sure there's a lot of excited athletes getting ready to head over to Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm sad we're not going.
So am I. We're both sad that we're not going.
I didn't think I'd care that much, but actually now that it's creeping around and I'm seeing lots of memories pop up on Instagram and Facebook, I'm like, actually.
It's the memories and stuff is great, and I've seen lots of posts, but also for my athletes that are going, I wish I was there to help them. But I'm going to chat with them all one more time this week. And
You've got so many competing.
I've got a lot competing.
Do you know the number off the top of your head?
I'd have to work it out.
But, okay, don't worry. We don't have all night.
We can maybe go through a few of them in a bit. But looking forward to seeing how they do.
Yeah, you guys, you should let us know who are you looking forward to watching compete at OSG. Who are you looking forward to watching? Obviously, your athletes.
Yeah, I mean, in the men's open, it is going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
Just because it's such a stacked field. Obviously, I've got a number of good athletes of my own in there, but there's other great athletes as well, and even guys that have been to World's Strongest Man that are. To have the balls to qualify for World's Strongest Man and then try and kind of go through that whole system again, takes a lot of guts. It's a tough thing to do. So, it's going to be
because if you're not in the top couple, then where's the incentive to re-invite you to anything if you're getting beat by all these upcoming guys? So it's
and as we know, I mean, the standard's huge.
Yeah, the standard's so high. Let's see who is in the chat with us. Tattoo zoologist Ryan is here. Hope you did manage to make it live. And cousin Fred in early with the membership gifts. Thank you very much, Fred. Bless you. And also with this super chat. Thank you, Fred. Someone who is going to OSG. Good morning, afternoon, evening all. Hope all is well and you've had a great weekend. 4 days and I leave for OSG and the Lions are 11-1. Franchise record and 10-game winning streak.
He's a happy man.
I don't even know what sport the Lions is.
I'm guessing American football, but if I'm wrong, Fred, let me know. But I hope you have an awesome time at OSG.
Yes. I'm sure you will, Fred. I mean, it's a great opportunity for meeting people, isn't it? It's so open there, and it's just.
And there's a lot of people going to just be there and support it.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
Where are we? Oh, Monica's here. Hello.
Hey, Monica.
This time not from a plane and half asleep. Monica had a busy weekend last weekend, obviously helping to coordinate and organise the Magnuson Classic, another big competition.
Good morning from Tokyo. Look at that.
Oh, how nice.
We're reaching Tokyo.
Yeah. Julian says, I just want to see Luke Richardson, Matej, Wide and Trey all competing and injury-free in 2025.
That would be really cool. Obviously, Luke has looked really good. Matej is certainly looking good after his win last weekend and rising. Trey's looked fantastic his last couple of outings. And if we can get Wide Pavlo back, that would be cool. He is training. I'm following his training along on Instagram. I'm sure some of you guys are as well. Still got a bit of work to do to get back to where he was. But I mean, he wants to come out like 200 kilos. He's talking about. I don't think he needs to do that.
No.
I think, especially having knee issues, you're probably better off being a little bit lighter.
He doesn't need to be that big.
He doesn't. He's not like a Thor that's gigantic in terms of height. But yeah, I mean, it would be so cool to see him back to his best.
Yeah. He's like our favourite meathead, isn't he?
He's not even a meathead when you sort of meet
He is
him.
a bit. No, he
A
is.
little
He is. But it's fine. Strongman needs lots of characters.
He's really nice, though. Like,
no,
you
I
know,
know.
if you do well in something, he messages and
he is. He's very supportive
Yeah.
and nice. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Paris is meal prepping while we're on live. Did a 10k walk through mud with a £50 weight vest on. Ooh. Plus a £60 child as well on my shoulders for the last half a mile. Carbs are effed. Lewis says he had fun. We met Lewis at Rogue, didn't we?
Good stuff.
Bless him. Andrew with the strongman comment, with the members comment.
Strongman egg. Have you heard about this?
No.
So Aaron Page Classic this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
They had a mystery event, which
It was
ended up being a
amazing.
gigantic egg and spoon race, like a
Amazing.
strongman version
Oh,
of an egg and spoon race. It looked pretty cool.
that is cool.
Yeah.
That is. And that was won by Paddy Haynes, wasn't it?
It was,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Paddy pulled 400 kilos as well, raw, which is awesome.
yes. And did Ben come second?
Ben Glasgow.
Yeah. There we go. Congratulations to them. I don't know who came
Tiny
third.
was third.
Tiny.
I always forget Tiny's real name. He's a big guy he trains down there, but everyone just calls him Tiny.
Oh, okay. Julian asking who is everyone's pick for Europe's strongest man. Very early pick, but I am going for Luke Richardson. I am a believer.
For Europe's.
No, sorry, Britain's. Oh, I don't know for Europe's.
Yeah, Europe's is a fair while
probably
away, so
Matthias.
it's hard to say. 'cause
Maybe
we don't even know who'll be
Luke.
at Europe's
No,
fully.
that's
yet. I mean, we do know some of the athletes that are competing. They've released some of them.
So the confirmed athletes so far is Mateusz, Ivers, Rauno, Andre, and I don't know actually.
We'd have to
That
look.
might be it.
Yeah, we got to focus on Brits first
Yeah.
and other comps.
I
But
got confused. Hey, look, it's Lynn
and Claire.
and Claire. Claire is doing two
Crazy.
categories
Do you know
again.
she's not the only one doing two categories?
Is she
There's
not?
two other athletes that are doing two
How
categories as well.
interesting. Why
But
would they
Claire is the first person to do it at OSG.
She is the influencer, the original trendsetter. She is doing 82 kilo class this year, as well as the Masters 50 plus. So
Yeah.
she is going to have, is it the 50 plus? Yeah. Because last year she did Masters 40s and 50s.
Mhm.
Yeah. She's going to have her hands full.
She is. I hope you have an amazing time, Claire.
Yeah. And we're sad we won't be with you too.
Yeah.
Lynn saying we will be missed at OSG. Thank you, Lynn. If next year you could avoid the 8th of December or put it somewhere where a 7-year-old would love to go, like Disney, I don't know. Something like that would be perfect. And we would be back with bells
We'd
on.
love to come back, buddy.
Hey, here's Paddy. Egg and spoon race was good fun, only because I won it. He'd be saying what a stupid event it was if he didn't.
I think he was complaining about log.
Well, you need to get better at log, Paddy. It's no one else's fault but your own.
Well done on winning, mate.
Hello, Lizzie Lozzo. Christian.
Ah.
Lots of people wishing. Luke
Davis.
Davis.
He's off to OSG, isn't he?
Yes, I'm excited to see how
Yeah.
Luke does. There's
I'm guessing under 105s for Luke.
no, I think he's doing 90s. Please confirm, Luke. I was just looking at the list, but oh man, it's going to be hard because we're quite busy this weekend and there's so many people I want to watch. So I'm going to probably be catching
We're
up on
gonna
it
have
for the
to
next
catch
week or so. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Levi is here. Will the Shahlaei feature the egg and spoon race? We could do a normal egg and spoon, not weighted. Who do you think would win just a normal egg and spoon race? Surely me.
What, between you and me?
Yeah.
We will find out. Depends if people want to see a video of me and Liz competing against each other.
Brian,
We get very competitive, don't we?
we're horribly competitive. It gets quite I get quite nasty. Brian, the greatest weekly live stream. Thank you so much, Brian, and thank you for joining us. Hey, Grayson is very excited to be joining us live.
Good man.
Happy to have you here. Always good to see Toffee get gold. Yes. Yes, it is. Hey, Christian Nielsen's here. Met him for the first time last weekend.
Doing, buddy? You two did a lovely, fun reel.
We did.
He looked like the most professional out of all of you.
What are you saying?
Well, he just like
He was casual.
There's like Colin's like diving down to
Colin's
it. You're
a
all over the place,
maniac.
and Christian's just like pop with the hips and almost got it in.
For those who don't know what we're referring to, it's a sausage challenge where you have some string tied around your waist with a hot dog attached and you have to try and sort of hip thrust it up into your mouth.
Go watch the video. He's just like,
I know. To be fair, the boys sabotaged me quite clearly. I tied their string nice and high so they had a good swing.
They sabotaged
They
you.
put mine very low on my waist.
They sabotaged
basically
you with
on
the
my
sausage.
ass. They did. And then, like, it couldn't reach. So I was having to down towards it.
Colin was the best. He was like trying to gobble it all.
Who was it? Tyler's wife or fiance now,
Yeah.
saying the trick is to start sucking as it's coming towards you. I was like, I beg your pardon.
Excuse my cough, everyone. I've been suffering with a bit of a chest infection since Iceland.
And now we're all suffering. Lizzie's hair always makes me feel better. Thank you. Gave myself a blowout. Thought it was too much, but no, it's just enough. John Hack. Very excited to see John Hack.
Yeah, John has been training hard. Unfortunately, picked up a little bit of COVID a few weeks ago.
Oh no,
which interrupted
did
a bit of training, but he's
shame.
still looking ridiculously strong and has certainly made progress on the strongman events as well.
Paris is looking forward to seeing Erin Murray compete. Yes.
I am looking forward to seeing Erin Murray compete as well.
Yes. Where are we? School lady boy, you. It's nice. Like everyone's saying hello to everyone. They all know each other.
What are people saying about Becca?
Oh, I don't know. Seeing how Becca Roberts is prepping and how she's mentally is going to be inspirational.
She's had challenge. She broke a finger.
Oh God!
It's been a bit of a challenge to.
There's a grip event as well.
Yeah, but she's okay. Yeah. The real thing I'm looking forward to with Becca is actually the prep for the Arnolds, because we've only had a very short prep for this. So this has literally just been making sure she's sharp on events. I don't think coaches should take any credit for how someone does with a month working with someone.
Yeah.
But obviously the long-term goal with Becca is really the Arnolds, and then what we've got focused on next year. We've had no time to really work on any weaknesses as such. We just tried to brush up a little bit on technique and make sure she's sharp for this competition. So she's looking good, and to be fair, I mean, she's going to have to take it as a bit of pressure, but she's probably the favourite to win the Open. Really. You know, she's two-time champion, and she's going to be going there to win. But she has got a bit of an issue with this finger, so a little bit of diversity that she's going to have to cope with. But as we said, I'm talking to her the other day. She's tough. I said you're going to have to be tough. It's not about being your best for this comp. No. It's about going there and fighting hard to get a result, and that's what she's going to do. We want to bring her absolute best to the Arnold, so that's going to be the real focus.
Joshua, thank you so much for the super chat. Funny one. Why is Eddie so sensitive about his height? I've met him a handful of times and he got very defensive when I pointed out he was shorter than me at 6'2".
I don't know. I've seen Eddie. Like, I've seen Eddie kind of admit that he's 6'2" before as well.
Yeah, so. I think sometimes promoters exaggerate heights. He's officially billed at 6'3", I believe.
A lot of men exaggerate heights.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I mean, I am genuinely 6'2", and I told this to Liz when we first met. And you even say I probably underplay a little bit.
Well, I measured you. I mean, it's hard for me to sort of get an accurate measurement being so much shorter than you. But I measured you, and I had you at 6'3".
Yeah,
but
I'm only
who
6'2".
knows?
But your height can vary through the day.
Yeah, Loz gets shorter through the day, so maybe I got him in the morning.
I'm definitely only 6'2".
There you go. Dalton, yes, can't wait to see Travis Ortmeyer back.
And he's looking good as well. Travis has had so many things to deal with, but looking forward to seeing how Travis does in the Masters.
Yeah, he is like the big name this year in the 40-plus Masters. In the 50-plus, we have Nick Best and Mark Felix.
Mark Felix and Nick Best battling it out with each other.
Yes, how exciting.
I have Matt Webb in the Masters, who's looking fantastic.
Good.
Matt Webb he's got a chance of winning that.
No, okay. Ads says he saw you in Cheltenham on Friday. He was going to say hi, but he didn't want to bother you.
No worries. I was.
You were Christmas shopping
with my mum.
How cute!
Went to see my mum. I haven't seen her for a while, and just took her into town, and we did a bit of shopping.
There you go. Turtle Hubby, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on split jerk versus leg drive and press for overhead? Right now, both work, but should there be rules, or is it the usual get from A to B?
Split jerk is good if you're technically good at it, and it has better carryover to events like axle rather than log, or you can do it on log, but a little bit more tricky. I would always say a good aggressive push press is going to be safer across all overhead events. However, the split jerk can be really beneficial for certain athletes. But if you're if you're thinking like strongman development, if you think of what we did last week at the Magnus Magnuson Classic, where you're pressing stones, or you've got a Viking press, or, you know, if you're trying to think of every single overhead, a push press is going to be safer to learn because it's less technical than a split jerk, and have carryover to all overhead events. Whereas split jerk is a little bit more specific. It's still really, really beneficial, and if you're highly skilled at it, can be an exceptional addition to your lifting ability. I have a good amount of athletes that I teach the split. I don't teach it like an Olympic lifter because I'm not technically good enough to say, you know, if you really wanted to learn Olympic lifting effectively, I would go to an Olympic lifter. But I do have athletes that I teach the split jerk to generate more power in terms of their overhead. But normally I focus on a good solid push press.
Where are we? I was wrong. Claire says, I think Luke would die at under 90 kilos.
Yeah,
so,
I was thinking,
he's a 105 then.
I was thinking 105 would be much more his weight class.
We've got a question here. Should Hooper just do the Giant Slide Deadlift Championships 2025 to get the 505 and ignore Thor's issue with the organisation?
Should Hooper just do the Giant Slide Deadlift Championship? I think that's his plan. I think his plan is to do the deadlift. You know, last time I spoke to him about the deadlift, because we had a bit of a chat, because he wants to do the deadlift, but we've got the Arnolds to focus on, Worlds to focus on, Shaw Classic to focus on, Rogue to focus on. So where do we fit it in?
Yeah.
It just naturally makes sense for the deadlift to come at the Deadlift World Championships. The Deadlift World Championships makes sense for the time to go for that.
Yeah, of course, rather than an additional event on top of it.
Yeah, because he's already planning to do the giant shows as well as the major sort of four. So that will probably be where we attempt it. Hopefully Thor does it as well.
Question for you, Loz. Which strongman from the past would you have liked to have coached? Someone that had raw power.
Do you know what I would love? Rather than someone that I would have liked to coach, I would like to coach myself from the start. Now, knowing what I know, I feel I could have been better. But that's maybe helped me become a good coach, is the mistakes I've had to go through. But I certainly did a lot of things wrong and made mistakes that have helped me now. And I try and help other people avoid those mistakes. But yeah, to look back at my career, certainly a number of things I would have made myself do differently. For sure.
Leighton with a members comment. Evening all, hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us, Leighton. I just came back from a Christmas market. Is that a thing in the UK as well?
Yes, it is. Very much so. My daughter and her mum are going to a Christmas market next weekend.
Do you want to know a secret?
Yeah.
I've never been to one.
What?
I know.
We will take Liz to a Christmas market.
Do you know what? Like, as much as I enjoy Christmas, I'm not interested in a Christmas market.
But you've never been to one.
Yeah, but
you like a garden centre and stuff like that.
I do, yeah.
I think you'd probably like it.
Yeah.
You probably would.
I don't know. I just don't like a lot of people at once. I don't like busy shopping experiences. No. I like quiet. I like to go when everyone else is working.
I took the two girls to the cinema today. I haven't seen it that busy in so long.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Yeah, horrible out there.
Eric Parker, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you so much for the super chat. Question for both of you. If you could each create a unique strongman woman event, what would it be?
It's a great question, and I always come up blank.
I know.
It's something that is hard to think of on the cusp.
Do you know what I would like to see that we never see?
What?
A deadlift medley.
Deadlift medley?
Yeah.
What we say deadlift ladder? Do you mean like
a variety of different types of deadlift? Got the ladder.
I actually see it quite a lot in slightly lower level comps.
Yeah, I would like to see it at the top level though. I'd like to see how people cope with that.
Yeah, I think it would be quite cool, definitely.
Yeah. I know, like I've seen it at Clash before. They did a deadlift medley, and I thought it was quite fun.
What about the Hurricane? Bring something like that back.
Oh, the Hurricane. Yeah.
A couple of events that like rarely done events that I think are cool. Things like a car flip, I think is really cool. A back-to-back tug of war is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. But we've seen those, and you're creating something.
No. I know. I'm not a creative person. You know that. So I'm just kind of saying some things that we don't see that often, but maybe would be cool to see a bit more of. I know people have wanted to see various different types of deadlift rather than the same sort of things coming up.
What about then? This is new. A back-to-back tug of war with another athlete, but then there's someone else, maybe me and you, at the sidelines pushing the murder ball at them. Yeah. This is why Auntie Liz shouldn't be allowed to run a competition. Well, this is exactly why I should. You're not entertained? Colin Bryce. He could be standing on the murder ball, running. Yes. Yes.
Do you remember Gladiators? They did an
Yes.
event called Gauntlet.
Yes.
Do like a strongman gauntlet.
Exactly. Yes. There we go.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Oh, Malcolm Alexi has been confirmed. He has. And Pavlo Cordiaca also, someone mentioned. Yes.
Cool. For Europe's.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, hi, Liz and Lars. Came in at the wrong moment as Liz was discussing sucking.
So you might see that as coming at the right moment.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Peter says Jake Allen for him in the 90s. He's having a massive run at the moment. Jake is looking very, very good.
Who else in the 90s? John Hack, obviously. Nikolai Myers, I'm looking forward to seeing. He won under 90 kilo America's Strongest Man recently.
Yeah. There's a lot of
and
good
he's
in the
one
90s.
of my favourites as well. Cousin Fred, too many non-members, so he goes on and gives a load more. Thank you so much,
Thank
Fred.
you very much.
Hey, Paddy's now a member. How
Yay.
good. There you go, Paddy. Get
About
more
time
of
you
us.
became a member.
I know. Yeah. Under 105s for Luke. Beg your pardon, Luke.
Yeah, good luck with it, Luke.
Hey, what's
The
this?
105s is stacked as well.
Men. Yeah, hold on. This is important. Men lie about their height and women lie about their weight. How rude. How rude.
Ooh.
God.
Liz just can't get people's weight right.
I know I'm very good at guessing
No,
people.
you didn't guess
Well, I
it.
don't know. Do you remember when we used to watch Biggest Loser?
Yeah.
I could, with quite good accuracy, guess how much people weigh just by looking at
What
them.
you weigh?
I weigh 63.5 kilos.
63.5
which is
kilos.
138
So you could go
pounds.
compete in the under 64s.
Well, I couldn't because I wouldn't be able to lift anything. I would be able to pick up
You
the
could make
throwing
weights.
bags. I could make weights. There you go. Yeah.
Eric Parker thinks Jeremy Parker has an epic last name.
There you go.
Rick says he's 6'5" or 5'9".
Well, we've met you now, Rick. Scotty Lace, thank you for the super chat. Have you heard anything from Luke Stockman since his Insta post?
No, nothing at all.
No.
Haven't heard from him at all. Not seen anything posted on Instagram or YouTube or anything.
No, nothing. We're in the same boat as you guys. Cousin Fred, timely reminder. New members, remember to check out the perks after this live and hit the like button. Thank you.
Yes, guys, indeed. Make sure you go and hit the like button. And if you don't subscribe already, please go and hit the subscribe button.
Hi, Liz and Lars. Who do you think will be on top podiums after Mitch, Thor, and Tom?
This is such a hard question to answer because, like, if you look at Mitch, a few years ago, we didn't know who he was.
Oh, yeah.
So
That could happen
it
again.
could happen again. You know, there's guys at OSG that could end up being in a year or two some of the best guys in the world, guys that we haven't seen. So it's a very difficult question, but there's great athletes that are coming through. There's athletes that are coming back from injury that could do really well. I want to see people fit and healthy and competing at their best. I don't think we've seen everyone fit and healthy for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, Alexi's not been his best. Martins, we don't know what's happening with him. Kidishkovsky's had injuries. Trey Mitchell's had injuries. So there's been a lot of big names that haven't been able to be at their best, but that's allowed us to see some new athletes do well and come through. Luke Richardson looks like he's on his way back now. There's a lot of guys that are good that can do well.
Yeah.
But right now, I'd say, you know, Mitch, Thor, and Tom are the top three.
Malcolm. Who are the notable names competing in the men's open? So the people you need to keep an eye on.
There's a lot, to be honest.
Let's go through a few. We've got Josh Spurgeon, winner of the Shaw Classic. So he's going to be doing Strongest Man on Earth next year. We have Nick Gardione, the winner of the Amateur Arnold and the only Team Liz member representing this year. So no pressure, but you do represent an elite group of people, so some pressure. Who else? Andrew Burton, who was
Andrew is
on the podium
looking
at
fantastic.
the Magnus Magnuson Classic last weekend.
Yeah.
Spencer Remick, former winner of this competition.
Spencer Remick is the guy I was really thinking of earlier when I
Yeah.
said that it takes balls to
come
have
back.
competed at World's Strongest Man and Giants Live shows and decide to go back and try and earn a spot again.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Spencer is in like a tough position where he's a fantastic strongman, but he goes to the major comps and he just doesn't do anything.
Well, it's
in terms of
that
like
step up, isn't it?
not,
Yeah, it's bridging the gap.
Saying he doesn't do anything is harsh.
It's
What I'm
very
saying is like
harsh.
he's not gonna.
Bitch.
He's kind of not on the way up.
No.
Do you know what I mean? He's been there for a while, but he's not quite good enough to beat the likes of Tom and Mitch and Evan Singleton and those kind of guys. He's a good, solid strongman. In this comp, he'll do really well. He's really consistent. But there's other guys that I feel are improving at a rapid pace, like the Nick Guardiones, the Josh Spurgeons, the Andrew Burtons. We've got Ryan Bennett from England going over.
Ryan's looking good as well.
He's been looking good for the last couple of years.
Who else? Go through a few more notable names.
Some of the
Oscar Zilkowski's doing it.
Some people are talking about him being top 10 in the world last year. He competed at the Arnolds.
Yeah, this year.
Now he's going to OSG.
Yeah. I mean, compared to
John Stephen Kurboff has been to World's Strongest Man before.
Yeah.
Jack Osborne, I think he's got a good shot of making the top 10. Joey Lavley from Canada's really good. There's loads. Bryce Johnson from the USA, Tyler Obringer. A few years ago, I was impressed with him.
Tim
I know he's had a bit of a sort of rough couple of years, but he's dangerous. Tim Buck, absolutely brilliant.
Nick Wortham.
James Jeffers from Canada.
Strongman Champions
It's
League
just name after name.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be a lot of people disappointed that don't make the top 10.
I know. Yeah.
It's going to be fun to watch, not so fun to compete in.
Yes. Luke bought a big winter coat today.
I think that was a smart move to do.
You should do what I did. I got these hand warmers. They're so good, aren't they? You can get them from Amazon, like little sachet things. Loz thought I was insane.
Well, you were a bit insane. You bought like a whole massive box.
I bought 60, but I was handing them out.
You ended up handing them out to everyone.
Yeah, exactly, to make sure everyone was warm enough. Yeah.
Being a proper auntie.
Yes.
Looking after everyone.
Auntieing my arse off. Keep an eye on Ryan Bennett coming in strong. Yep. Absolutely. We know Ryan.
Hey, Victor.
Thanks for the detailed response. Can't even remember what your question was, but you're welcome. I have short-term memory issues, I'm sure. I don't understand how they've managed to fit even more categories into OSG. The 3 days were already so packed. They're doing it different this year. So people will be able to, like the athletes at least, will be able to go for a much shorter amount of time and do their events for that day.
Yeah.
And then go again.
It probably works out a lot better for people that have family back home that want to just watch them.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
also, if you just got certain categories you want to watch, but also better for the athletes. They can kind of go for their 2 events and then they can disappear. They'll know their sort of time bracket to be there. They don't have to wait around all day long. Yeah.
I mean, it's the hardest show to work on as a non-athlete. It is such a long day. If you get there before the under 64 kilo women do anything.
Joe Schofield is looking forward to it long days.
Bless you, Joe. The first year that we went, by the end of day 2 or something, I was absolutely knackered. And I can't remember who it was, but a woman who was competing said, "You're tired like that." And I was like, "Bitch, I am tired. I've been carrying a camera and filming for 12 hours. You did 3 things for 60 seconds.
I remember me and Radzi just being a bit delirious.
Don't come at me.
I think this year there's a lot more people doing commentary. So they're going to have like lots of people dropping in and out, which is so much better for that kind of period of time. You have to,
because the quality starts to suffer when people are that tired. Yeah. You guys have seen us like in the early days of doing the spreadsheet parties when we were a bit less. We were just on for hours and hours. Oh dear. Recommend Bath Christmas market. Yeah, and it's so close to us. Yeah. We're very close to Bath. I should go really.
Yeah, more people saying Bath Christmas market is good.
We have fake German style Christmas markets here in the state. They are fun, but I'm sure they pale in comparison. At least you can get a really nice sausage, Monica.
Jeremy Parker.
Loz, we would love to have you one day at the Monster Factory. I've seen your last arm wrestling comp and you look very explosive.
Thank you very much, buddy. It's something that I'd love to do. It's just finding the time in the schedule, really, the calendar. Yeah. We're so busy. But yeah, I would love to come and spend some time with you guys and train and learn from you all. So hopefully I can make it happen, buddy. And thank you very much.
Liz, I don't like a lot of people at once. Also, Liz goes to basically every Strongman show. I know, and that's enough for me. We went to like 14 events this year. 14 times socializing is a lot for me. And I don't need to do any extra on top of that.
You did very well.
Thank you. I did. And I was nice to everyone I met. And yeah, I think I did very well. Tim, thank you so much for the super chat. Just dropping in while shopping with the wife. Hey, Loz and Liz. Hope everyone's doing well.
Thank you, Tim. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Go enjoy shopping with the wife.
I imagine she's trying something on and he's sat outside. You've been
that
there
would be basically me.
Times.
Yeah, looking at my phone while you're trying something on.
Yeah, watching arm wrestling. You would be there. Dutch Christmas markets are great. Good food and music. The Hoopers are doing a bit of a European Christmas market tour, aren't they? Very Christmassy people, the Hoopers. Where are we? I want the bell tote back at the Arnold, says Che. It'd be good to see how Mitch compares to Brian's time. I was looking at that the other day because it's only 4 meters and Brian did it in something like, was it 17 seconds, I think? Which is actually really slow for 4 meters, but it was 700.
It was ridiculously heavy.
710.
Just to lift that, you're just going to be crushed.
Yes.
The only problem with the bell tote is it's really messed up a lot of people's careers.
It has.
It messed up Lalas. It messed up Zdrunas for a while. There's other people.
Damage, yeah.
It's just such a huge amount of weight to be crushing down on you.
Yeah. See, Monica's receptive. There we go. Liz, you have our email. Send us all your event ideas for MVM next year. Thank you so much, Monica. I will. I will.
You shouldn't have said that.
It will involve ice and snow and murder ball. What have we got here from Scott? Thank you, Scott. Unique event, weighted ladder climb. It could be made safer with the safety line being attached to the weight and harness. That takes me back. We've done a couple of videos about weird strongman events. The weirdest, I can't remember the name of the competition now, but I know
was that kind
Riku
of
Kiri
medley?
And some really good guys did it. And it was a medley that included a rope climb, push-ups, as they got in a sack and they sort of jumped across the sports hall. Then they had to do what looked like a very, very light bench press for reps, but many, many reps. Very odd, very odd. So yeah, your climb kind of reminds me of that rope climb.
Liz weighs exactly the same as Jane, but you have more muscle.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I don't know. Not doing weights.
We'll help him at the Arnold's next year. Craig saying, do you think Tom Stockman not doing Brits, I'm guessing, will help him at the Arnold's next year? Tom seems to be the kind of person who just needs to have a plan. And if he's happy with this plan, then yes, I think it'll be the right choice for him. I personally think he could do the Brits just fine and do Arnold's if he was in the right frame of mind to do that. It's very much a mindset with Tom, and he needs to believe in what he's doing. So if he's kind of got a plan, he's deciding he's just going to do these 4 comps, I think he should stick to that, and I think he'll be good. The worst thing for Tom is to do something last minute and surprise him and throw him out of the routine.
Yeah.
And just from like having Lewis, who's also autistic, when he's in a routine, he's so much more.
Yeah, he's great.
He's fine.
Yeah.
If he's thrown out of that routine, it really does affect him.
Yeah, it gets pissed off.
And I think that's probably very obvious with Tom.
Yeah.
He needs that understanding of, okay, this is what I've planned to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to peak for and stick to it. And I think, Tom does very well.
Do we know any confirmed athletes for Arnold? Like, you can guess some. A couple of athletes have talked about the fact that they're going. It hasn't been announced yet. We do know who's doing it, and we've got our video ready to go, haven't we? So, and we're very excited about the lineup this year.
Very excited about it, and as soon as we can post it, it will be up for you guys to see.
It's ready to go. I'm just waiting. I've been checking the Arnold Sports.
Waiting on the good to go.
I'm waiting on the big red button. Yeah. Team Liz for the win. Thank you. Yes, always. Or else OSG is rigged. Yes. What's the best food to eat mid-competition?
Just simple carbs are best. There's no sort of best food, but whatever you can easily digest at that point. A lot of people just like sugary snacks. Things like bananas are great, flapjacks. See plenty of people with like Haribo and stuff
Skittles,
like that. Jaffa cakes. I used to like. You don't want protein and stuff at a comp. It's literally just getting energy in, and Squares bars. They're mega popular.
Josh is here with us.
Hey, buddy.
I'm about to pack my bag for the show. Excited and heading there Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing everyone and competing.
We wish we were there with you, buddy. Go and absolutely smash it.
I'll never forget last year at OSG, right before the Atlas Stones, Josh goes to me, Liz, do you know much about tacky? And I was like, I'm not advising you on tacky. I ran and I got Nikolai Myers. I knew he knows his tacky. He gives himself a chest whack for tacky, doesn't he? But like, just to think how much Josh knows and has improved since then is crazy. Thankfully, I was able to drag you off commentary to come and help.
Josh is doing amazing.
Yes. Hi from Ottawa, Canada. It's beginning to be cold up here. Some of our Canadian friends have so much snow right now.
Yeah, we just seen some
Crazy.
pictures, haven't we?
Yeah. Jacob saying Tim Buck should do well.
He should indeed.
Yes.
He's looked fantastic all year.
Latest thoughts on Eddie versus Brian? So
been good. Like I've been watching both of them. Both are improving. I think it will be. I think Brian's going to win, if I'm totally honest. But Eddie's made some good, solid progress. I'd like to arm wrestle either one of them, if I'm honest. But there may be an opportunity to do that next year. I'm really happy that they're in arm wrestling because it's been, it's mega popular for arm wrestling. Obviously, you know how much I love arm wrestling. I'm into it right now. But I don't buy the same, like, Brian's going to beat Levon road that, a lot of people did. No. I've seen comments from people saying, oh, Brian's so much stronger than Eddie. What?
Yeah.
Brian, yes, was a better strongman. But if you're talking pure gym strength, there's not many people in the world that were stronger than Eddie.
No.
However, what they're strong at still doesn't make them great arm wrestlers. Arm wrestling, like Devon Larratt, one of the best arm wrestlers in the world. Both of these guys are way stronger than Devon at almost everything in the gym, except the things you need to be strong at for arm wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. But
that's probably.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they do against each other, and I think that's probably what guys like them need to focus on. Like myself with arm wrestling, I just love it. So I'm just trying to climb the ladder. If I get an opportunity to do some super matches at the right level of opposition. But if I was to go in and go against a really good arm wrestler right now, I would get my ass kicked, and it just looks stupid. And same with these guys. You put them in with a decent arm wrestler, they're going to kill them. It's like an arm wrestler coming into strongman. We're going to kill them. It's just different sport.
Monica's going to OSG for the first time this year. Enjoy, Monica.
We knew that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Look, it's Mateusz's little brother. Is it Lucas?
Yes. And he's getting stronger. He's been training hard. Looking forward to seeing more from him. He's getting stronger all the time.
Lucas and I have exchanged some dog pictures before. Pictures of our dogs. Bo with the members comment, I made a live. I second the deadlift ladder. Medley, Bo. Medley. But yes, all on board. Matt, I don't know if he did perhaps a super sticker.
He's got instead a sticker there for us.
I did a sticker. We can see it on the phone.
Very much,
Thank you, Matt. Bless you. You have a great time, Monica. People wishing Joshua. Cybernetic in the house. Also, do you all follow Johnny?
Yes.
Alamo?
We met Johnny at Clash on the Coast a couple of years ago. Do you remember Johnny?
Yes, the Italian guy. Yeah. With the tongue. He does. When he's lifting, watching guys. Oh, God, I hope he doesn't hear this. I don't want to embarrass him.
He watches this sometimes.
Oh, no, Johnny, I'm so sorry. But his tongue does come out and do funny things. Sometimes when he's lifting.
He was at the Shaw Classic as well, we saw him.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Yes, really great strongman, really, really good.
Yeah, with the tongue. You know what I mean. Oh, quick, move on. Big Loz, would you bring back an arm over arms similar vein to when you've done it at the UK Strongest Man? I believe it wasn't a vehicle pool that year that you won it. Oh, God, they did an arm over arm.
Oh, that was a back-to-back tug of war, the year that I won.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't have an arm over arm as such. It was just a back-to-back tug of war. We had truck pull, a normal truck pull.
The following year,
say it was normal. It was 2 trucks.
The following year, there was a truck pull arm over arm, but it was in. So we had in 2018. Do you remember?
Yeah, did it in the rain.
Yeah, there'd been no rain. We'd had like a drought for 3 months or something. It was a super hot summer, and that weekend the heavens opened, and that rope was sat out in the rain, going into the puddle each time, and it swelled. And Loz was last up. So for each guy, it got worse and worse as it went through.
I don't want to think about it.
No, still gets pissed off. Oh, yes. Monica's going to get the electric ones that June showed us. Yeah, they were really good. Very nice. The hand warmers. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I wondered what you were on about.
Yeah. Steady state Liz, bitch, don't come at me. T-shirt, it's imperative. Wow. Don't care how big and strong someone is. Don't be rude.
500 plus viewing, only 144 likes. Don't forget to hit the like button. Indeed. Thank you.
Claire, I have a split day, so I compete in the morning, then back again in the afternoon.
That's your own fault for doing 2 classes, Claire.
Going to be a very long few days, but massively appreciate how hard the officials and volunteers work. They absolutely do. Yeah.
Lynn does an amazing job at OSG, and it's a tough job. I mean, to coordinate that many athletes and that many classes, it's just mental.
It's such a huge, yeah.
Anthony Doc Kramer.
Thank you, Anthony. What's he saying?
Curiously about
peptides.
Using BPC 157 for my knee, 10 milligram injections in my knee, adding TB 500 next week. Any advice? So it depends what the issue with your knee is. BPC 157 tends to be better for ligaments and tendons. TB 500 is better more for muscular issues. They both work well, both really good for speeding up recovery processes. Lots of people have used them very effectively. I would make sure you go online and kind of figure out the exact right dosage for you, because it varies person to person, but they can be very beneficial.
Where are we?
Don't expect miracles though. Like, I've used them both and my knee's still fucked.
Yeah. Why didn't you do many of the Arnold's, considering you were definitely a top 10 strongman for years in your time?
Arnold's was invite only at the time, and I didn't get invited. It's as simple as that. I had to work hard to get the one invite that I got, and I only had 4 weeks notice to prep. I would have loved to have done the Arnold's with a proper prep, but they tended to focus more on American athletes, and they invite maybe one other British athlete, not always even one. But yeah, I just unfortunately didn't get the opportunity. Like some guys now don't get the opportunity with Rogue or with Arnold. It's invite only, so depends who is sometimes the favorite, which is funny because I'm more of a favorite now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Right.
More likely to get picked by the Arnolds now.
Yeah. But unfortunately, at the time, I was kind of on my way up. I was sort of, I guess, behind Terry Hollins and Jimmy Marku in the UK at that time, maybe Mark Felix. And I believe I surpassed them in terms of competitions, results and stuff.
Wins and stuff.
But I wasn't always the favorite guy.
And
I think sometimes it's just about being more popular, which I learned as I got
marketable older. And likable.
I wasn't very likable. No.
You were.
I was crazy guy that beat himself with a stick.
That's marketable. Cruz and Fred, I hate crowds myself. My first Arnold's almost gave me an anxiety attack. And see, I'm very privileged. When I'm watching a competition, I'm usually watching from behind a curtain or something and not sat in all those crowds. So yeah, different. Is Reno doing OSG or pulled out? He's pulled not out. Doing it,
which is a shame, because I think it would have been cool to see him at this competition. He's done really well. Reno has done amazing the last few shows he's done, but I would like to see him in this and see how he stacks up against some of these guys. And I'd love to see him get an invite to maybe a Giants Live and see how he does against some of the very best.
Definitely. No, Malcolm Lucas isn't doing it. He doesn't need to do it. He won America's Strongest Man, which was a qualifier this year for a Giants Live next year. So,
and he's got some big invites coming. So
yeah,
he's got some big comps to focus on. If that gives you a clue at anything, I'm sure some of you can figure out what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Captain Bleeding Obvious over here.
Got to give them a few little
hint. As I tell them, yes. Pushing a 500 kilo snowball at the Magnus Classic. That could work. Yes.
I used to love creating a massive snowball, and it almost becomes a strongman event to keep it growing.
Keep it going. Yeah. Rachel has seen some stuff on Instagram. There you go. Hatton, Thompson, Saw, Hooper. Yeah. Names you'd expect to say.
Yes.
Few new names.
There's a few surprises, but most of it is the people you'd expect to be there.
Yeah. I think I figured out tacky now, thank God, because I can't be there all the time, Josh. I wasn't even there then. Oh. Joe, I won't read this comment in full, but I'm a greedy fat. And I was struggling to eat at my first camp yesterday. The nerves get you. Even my squares bars weren't enjoyable.
That's totally normal. To be honest, Joe, I often lose my appetite completely on the day of a competition. That's why I did just snack on things like Jaffa cakes or something like that. It was just easy to kind of have half a bite of a Jaffa cake rather than eat something proper. But yeah, no, it gets you. One thing I would advise people, if they are doing a competition, focus more on hydration than eating. If you really struggle with eating, just make sure you stay hydrated. That's going to be key to performance. If you can eat as well, great. But if you can't, make sure you stay hydrated, because that will affect your performance more than anything else. This says, but doesn't know what I'm on about.
Yeah, I do. Well, to be fair, I don't know what you're on about, because I didn't have any problems eating on the day of my competition. I bought like 4 cinnamon buns and I ate them all.
You don't get nervous like the rest of us.
Oh, 4 cinnamon buns. Britain's Strongest Man is going to be a tight comp, says Ned Flanders.
Britain's Strongest Man could be a really good comp this year. No absolute heavy favourite.
No. Tom, like, I love Tom and I love seeing Tom smash it, but him not doing it actually makes the competition a little bit more interesting, because it's less easy to predict what might happen.
Yeah.
What advice could you give on preventing stretch marks from gaining muscle?
With stretch marks, it usually happens by adding size too quickly for most people. I mean, you can use creams and stuff that keep your skin a little bit more supple, but really, you might get some stretch marks. It's not something I've ever worried about.
It's not something I've ever experienced.
All right, Miss doesn't get stretch marks. Good for you.
Oh, I'm sure I've got some. We won't inspect too closely.
What I'm trying to say is, if like stretch marks are such a big thing for you, then don't do strongman. You could get scars in different ways doing strongman. I have had conversations with people about injuries and stuff like that, and if you're so scared of these little side effects that you might get from doing these sports, don't do it.
Yeah,
you know, it's,
if you're worried about it from like a female perspective, women that like big men aren't worried about a few stretch marks, trust me.
I tend to have a couple of stretch marks like around here, around my stomach. The stomach is just from being fat. So I still got Auntie Liz, so it's all good.
Exactly. There you go. What's a few stretch marks? People talking about the temperatures where they are.
Minus 18. We were watching a video the other day about the coldest place on earth.
It's a town in northern Siberia. I can't.
Yuktui or something.
Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, just they send their children to school until it reaches minus 55 or lower. So what? What?
This is.
I would die. I wouldn't survive a day. Not a single day. Could I?
Nor would I.
No, you definitely wouldn't. Anthony, thank you for the super chat. I had a deadlift medley at comp in November. Axle, elevated power bar, and then frame. It was so fun. Different implements were interesting to work.
Yeah, I agree with Liz on that one. You know, it is quite fun. And to see, you know, you could be a great deadlifter from the floor, but struggle a bit more with a frame pickup or a higher deadlift. You know, like if you look at me and Mark Felix, in terms of our career, Mark was amazing at a higher pull.
Yeah.
But for deadlift for max, I'd never beat him at 18-inch. He never beat me at the deadlift from the floor for max.
No.
We had different strengths. Yeah. And it's funny, you know, when you look at other athletes, you'll see deadlifts that just suit certain lifters.
Luke saying, I'll be coaching a few clients in the morning, then competing in the afternoon. Need to remember to eat.
You do indeed, buddy. Sometimes coaching is so stressful as well. It can take it out of your own focus.
Yeah, definitely.
And your own performance.
Happy Go Lucky. Thank you so much for joining the channel. Do remember there are perks. There are exclusive members only videos as well.
There are indeed.
Is there a top world-class strongman who does not speak English? Last I could think of was Riku Kiri.
Well, like there's been guys that couldn't speak English and have learned English over time. Riku Kiri didn't speak at all, really. Kishkovsky never used to speak English. He's learned a lot.
His English is great now.
Yeah, but when he did his first Arnold, he couldn't speak a word of English.
Really?
Yeah, he was telling me the other day.
Oh, was it? Yeah. In English, see?
Yeah. Rauno couldn't speak English for a long time.
No, well, Rauno learned English when he went and lived in Australia for a while because he kind of had to. Mikhail Shivlikov is the one that springs to mind.
Yeah, he doesn't speak any English at all.
No, never learned. To be fair, though, we never learnt Russian.
Janasha will make you think that he doesn't speak English, but he actually speaks pretty well.
Some of them, Alexi's terrible for that, isn't he? Yeah. Like, if he doesn't want to have a conversation, suddenly he doesn't speak English.
Some of them are like, I don't speak English, but I've had perfectly fine conversations with them. You know, it's maybe like in a little bit of broken English, but some of that they speak way better English than I can speak their language.
Of course,
so
yeah.
I always appreciate how good they are, to be honest.
Yeah. Where are we?
Thank you, Rick.
Ned Flanders is excited to see Andrew Burton after his result in Magnus.
Andrew's doing awesome, really good performances all year, and just he's got a great attitude. Andrew doesn't get flustered by anything, works really hard.
Yeah,
he's going to smash
he's
it.
Such a positive guy, isn't he? And like doesn't seem to put a lot of pressure on himself, which seems to work well for him.
I think he puts pressure on himself, but he doesn't sort of.
But not like
in the right way.
Yeah. Like he expects a lot from himself, but he's not like. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously having fun at the same time.
Yeah,
you see a lot of guys.
It's
where
not
not
all
having
or nothing.
Fun.
No,
exactly.
Like some people put it. I see some things online. I'm just like, just chill
out. Yeah, calm the fuck down. As a facial hair authority, would Liz rate Z's stash more highly than Mitch's? Hold on, and I will go and have a look. Who even knows? Do you know what? I can't even with Zadrunas' Instagram, because the amount of times I think I'm looking at a picture of Zadrunas and then suddenly he'll blink and go, hello. And it's like a jump scare every time. I swear once I screamed. How is someone so still for such a long time? Where is his moustache? Oh, well, I'm looking at some recent pictures and there is no moustache.
Have you seen, like, he just sometimes shaves? I think you got.
Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. He'll just be out for ages and then suddenly start talking.
I'm very happy.
Yeah. But I don't love any moustaches when they're just a moustache. I don't know. It's too 70s porn star for my liking. The only guy I've ever thought, yeah, that looks good, is Tom Selleck. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. And that was years ago.
Yeah.
He's probably a bit old now. Even for me. But he's someone who genuinely just looks great with a moustache.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not putting
just
any
enjoying
pressure
your training
on
right now, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm not enjoying my training. I'm getting into a routine of regularly training. What I'm trying to do, because I genuinely do not enjoy the process of like going in the gym and training. So I'm trying to find things about it that I do like. So I like the fact that I can listen to music for an hour. I like the fact that for an hour, I'm not working or doing things for someone else. I'm just doing something for myself. So I'm trying to find.
Liz has been going on her own.
I've been going on my own. Yes.
You've been smashing it, haven't you?
Yes, it's been smashing me. They're going to be max.
We don't know the events yet. We hope to find them out soon. No one knows the events yet for the Arnolds.
I saw on Reddit, people were like, oh, there's going to be a suited deadlift because Thor's training in a deadlift suit. Thor doesn't know the events. I can promise you, they will all get them at the exact same time. Yeah. So, no, we don't know. I would be surprised personally, just because they are very no suit type people, aren't they?
Yeah. And
I don't see them changing it for the sake of the world record.
I can genuinely say, like, obviously I'm coaching some of the athletes and I don't know what the events are yet.
No, exactly. Hicksy coming back for the win at Britain's Strongest Man.
That'd be good to see. I want to see Hicksy in good shape at Brits.
Is 2026 World's Strongest Woman. Nope, genetics are important, Fred, and I do not have them. Oh. Seems genetics have a big role. Some pregnant women seem to get them. None. Others wrecked. Yeah.
Bron chopped is correct.
Yeah. Quick, say something. I feel like we've gone too long without saying anything. Hey, look, Rano's here. Yes, I learned in Australia in 1 year.
Yeah, there you
learn
go.
English. There you go.
He speaks much better English than we speak Estonian.
Yeah, good job. I said to him,
he does try and teach us some Estonian things.
He doesn't bother with me. He says to me, you could never learn this. He's so rude and mean.
He is rude.
But he's not wrong, to be fair, because I can't pronounce anything correctly in Estonian.
The thing is, he has a real go at you if you don't pronounce things right.
I know.
There's plenty that he doesn't
And I don't
right,
say a damn word about
it.
When was it? It was early this year. I swear it was when we went to Estonia, and he was saying, oh, is my like English speaking accent is better? I've been practicing. I was like, no, Rano, you sound exactly the same. He was so upset. Do either of you speak any other languages?
No, I know sort of phrases in Persian and bits of, like just normal languages that you learn at school, but to speak fluently, not even close.
No, I learned a bit of German at school, but no, I don't speak any other languages. Does either smoke like a chimney?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny because at the Magnus, obviously a lot of the guys were traveling on their own, and because I had a bag and a coat with pockets, a few of them were giving me things to carry. So like Shane was like, "Oh, Liz, do you mind holding on to my inhaler during the Husafar walk?" Matej gave me his like mouthpiece case to look after during the Hercules hold. Fucking Ivor slipped his cigarettes and lighter into my pocket.
And you ended up dropping them. I ended up finding these cigarettes and his lighter on the floor. I was like, Ivor, is this yours? Yeah, stupid Liz, what's she done?
Oh dear. Did you learn swear words from Rano? Yes. Matej has taught me a lot of swear words in Polish. Well. Yeah. He sent me a load of reels.
There you go. This words, I know it before. And yes, I was smoking a lot.
Miss Big Z's old videos. His day-to-day series was amazing. Yes, they were good.
Z's been pretty quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has been very quiet.
Post as much as he used to.
Ryan, thank you for the super chat. This will be my first year competing at OSG after several years as a spectator. I can't wait to get going with the best from around the world. Good luck to you, Ryan.
Go and enjoy it, Ryan. I hope you do well.
What category are you competing in? Let us know. We'll keep an eye out for it. Stop watching 70s porn then, Liz. Shan't.
That's her favourite.
All the big bushes. As a smoker myself, I feel good about Ivor's being a smoker.
Is Iceland the most expensive country we've visited?
Or is there another?
I don't know. Norway was pretty expensive when I went there.
Yeah. Finland is also
all the Scandinavian countries are pretty expensive.
Yeah, they are. Faroe Islands is expensive when you're over there. What else? But yeah, probably. I mean, we went out for breakfast and it was slow cooked bacon, which came with eggs. And we ordered some bread each, a coffee each, and Loz also had some overnight oats. And it cost about £80. So it's about $110 for two people to have breakfast. So it's very expensive. I mean, it was a nice place, wasn't it? It was nice food, yeah. Switzerland must be more expensive than Iceland.
It is,
another one.
But I haven't been to Switzerland.
I think it's probably comparable.
No, I think Switzerland's probably one of the most expensive countries in the world.
Okay.
But yeah, all those countries, Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, Denmark, Singapore, Luxembourg, Hong Kong, Australia, Sweden, and the Netherlands, apparently. Yeah. I've been to Norway, Iceland, Denmark, Australia, Sweden, and the Netherlands. But not Switzerland. We should go.
Yes, we should. Loz, do you want to become a professional arm wrestler or just do the sport for some fun competition?
I just really enjoy arm wrestling and I will do it and get as good as I can possibly get. So I don't put a limit on how far I can get. But I don't get into it just to be a professional. And the same with Strongman. I didn't get into Strongman just to be a professional. I did it because I liked it. But I always, with anything that I want to do, I want to be as good as possible whilst I'm enjoying it. And that's my focus on arm wrestling. I had a guy, he's probably watching, he messaged me. I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but he said, I can't get into arm wrestling because I'm worried about doing like press conferences and promoting the competition and doing like interviews and stuff. And I was like, whoa. Yeah. Why are you worried about stuff like that? Just go and arm wrestle and see if you like it first.
Future problems, yeah.
You can't worry about things that aren't even an issue to start with.
Yeah.
I'm not someone that's ever kind of, I see too many people with strongman, with arm wrestle, too many of the fitness type sports, the fitness is as a bracket. People get into it. It's like they've got to be a pro. It's like, you don't have to be a pro. You don't have to be a pro footballer. You can play Sunday league football and enjoy it. I will always, whatever I do, try to get as good as I possibly can because that's my mentality. But there's no pressure on myself that I've got to be a pro or that I need to make money from it.
Yeah, of course.
I just want to enjoy it and be good. And I'm getting better. I won a competition a few weeks ago. I feel like I'm improving. I want to, whatever that means. I just want to get better. I want to go and arm wrestle more people, train with more people. the level is ridiculously high.
Yeah.
You know, the top guys are the top guys for a reason, just like the top sprinters are incredible. The top footballers are incredible. The top darts players, the top snooker players, anyone that does this at the absolute pinnacle have invested so much time and effort to get to that level. It's not about just, you can't just start and be the best.
No.
It's, you know, even like people talking about Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw's got years if he wants to beat someone like Levon. And probably the reality is he'll never do it. The guy is started at a young age, and it's like, it would be like Levon trying to come into Strongman and beat Brian in his prime.
Yeah.
It's just,
well, it would be like Levon coming now and trying to be a Chupa.
Yeah. It's like,
he wouldn't come close.
I think Brian, if he started at a younger age and just dedicated everything like he did with Strongman to arm wrestling, maybe.
Probably be the best.
But and that's not me putting Brian down. I think he can be very good eventually, but it's not going to happen overnight. It takes a long time to get really good, and he's going to need more celebrity type matches before he goes against anyone that's half decent in terms of arm wrestling. I've got guys in my club that would kick his ass that nobody even knows who these guys are.
There's only one swear word in Polish you need to know. That's exactly what he sent me. It was a reel in all the different ways it can be used.
Doesn't it just mean everything?
It means everything. Like, you can use it in so many ways. Yeah. Yes. If all retired strongmen, yourself included, competed in a retirees-only comp, who do you think would win? My money is on Mark Felix.
No chance.
No
chance. That's no offense, but like, if we all competed now, Mark would not win.
If you think about, like, because Loz talks about a legends competition and how good that could be with the likes of Derek Poundstone, you, Terry, Mark, maybe even Mariusz Pudzianowski, and
Travis,
like that.
You know,
Lallis,
There's a lot of good guys. Who would win? It's hard to say, to be honest, but it would depend on events, certainly. But like, just to say Mark Felix is better than all those guys is ridiculous. Mark has not been at his best for a long time. And, you know, last time I competed against Mark, I was beating him quite comfortably, the last few shows we did. Terry Hollins is very strong, although he's torn his lat, unfortunately.
This kind of ties into this question about which 10 should do a legends competition.
That's a tough question because it's whether they want to or not. But I'd like to see people like Derek Poundstone, myself, Terry, and Mark would be cool. Travis Ortmeyer, Mariusz Pudzianowski would be really cool. Maybe Zadrunas, if he was up for it. I mean, he would be probably the favorite. Still, he's bloody strong. Who else? Lallis would be cool.
Yeah, Lallis would be cool.
Nick Best. Who else?
I don't know. Like, because we're thinking of older guys.
Samuelson, but maybe he's a little bit too old now.
Yeah, wow, so many miles on the clock with Magnus, isn't there?
It depends how far. It depends how far we go back, because I think the guys really, you probably want them in their 40s.
Yeah,
I think you start going to 50s, 60s, it's going to get ridiculous.
It's going to start,
there's a lot of good guys and a lot of guys that still train and lift weights to a decent level. I can do some things really well. Like, I could do some events and beat the likes of the top 10 in the world, say, on certain events. And so could Terry and so could Mark. But where we struggle is there's other events now that we'd be really bad at.
Yeah.
So for me, all three of us, you take me, Terry, and Mark, on any pressing event, we're going to drop a lot of points against the cream of the crop at the moment. Our deadlifts are way down on what they used to be.
But you wouldn't be against the cream of the crop.
No, exactly.
Against other old
so like, if you want to, if the weights weren't sort of world's strongest man level, but a little bit lighter, say like an under 105 level type of weights, I think a lot of us could still do pretty well and hold our own.
Yeah. Oh dear, look, we just ruined Laura's
chances. We'd also be a good chance that we get injured as well.
Yeah, every single one. Last man standing.
Last man standing. It would be who can survive.
Yes. You just ruined my chances of an Iceland holiday by talking about how expensive it is over there. Stupid husband actually listed once. Oh no, I'm sure there's like cheaper ways to do it. It's totally worth it though.
It's a beautiful place. We got to see the Northern Lights with the lava kind of erupting at the same time.
Yes. How lucky were we?
Cool.
It was really cool. I spent most of my food money in Iceland from the supermarket, which is much cheaper than eating out. Yes, definitely. Yeah, still go. Just save.
Loz, have you ever considered BJJ? Good grip strength as a bonus, especially in the gi. It's like arm wrestling, but for the whole body. I've done a little bit of grappling and BJJ before. I like all that kind of stuff. My mobility is not the best though in terms of rolling and grappling, but I've got a few friends that do it to a high level, and anytime I did stuff with them, like when I was younger, I did a fair bit. To start with, I was crap because you're trying to use all your strength, you burn out real quickly. But after a while, with a bit of technique, then strength became a bit more of an advantage. But yeah, just real basic level. But it is good fun, but not something I've ever taken too seriously.
Jane lived on skier when she was in Iceland. Good call. And very healthy. So easy to eat healthy over there. So much focus on high protein diets and very lean meats. It's great. And speaking of basic levels, Malcolm, I'm talking GCSE level, like, wie heißt du? That sort of thing. Yes, very low basic level. Yeah, the minute you start actually wanting to talk to me about something, I'm going to be like, yeah, I can do like introductions and describe the color of my car. Steady State's been learning Spanish. Where are we? Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Oh, I will be doing the under 80 kilo class. Also, shout out to Cousin Fred, a fellow Michigan native.
I'm sure Cousin Fred will be supporting you as well.
He will. There you go, Fred. Someone for you to cheer for. Ryan in the under 80 kilo class. There you go. You got your first fan if you didn't have one already. Mark was absolutely lovely.
Is brilliant with fans.
He's so good, yeah. I remember at 2014 World's Strongest Man, it literally just finished and there weren't that many fans there, but two of them were saying to me, oh, could you help us meet a strongman? And they were all sort of, talking amongst themselves and busy, and I thought, oh, who should I call? And then I thought, I'll sort of Mark, because he just wouldn't say
Mark's
no.
Brilliant.
I was like, Mark, could you come in? And Mark's straight over.
He's always been really good with meeting with fans and stuff. He's genuinely a lovely, lovely man.
Have you seen that video of Terry Hollands getting pantsed in front of a kid? No. Is that actually a thing? Oh dear. Rasmus, thank you so much for the super chat. Mandatory paid question when I managed to catch your stream. As a person that has no intention of competing in strength sports, is it still a good idea to buy Mitch's programs? Gone from 120 kilo deadlift to 210 in 6 months.
Well, that's amazing progress. And if you enjoy your training and you want to get better, absolutely. And, if I train, I've kind of done programs for plenty of people that don't want to compete. They just want to, like this lady here.
It's still good to have goals.
It's good to have goals, good to have gym goals. But even myself, really, in terms of training in the gym, I have my own goals that I still, I sort of want to lift some decent weights on things. I enjoy training. It's good to have some kind of structure. But you don't have to be competing just to use a program and improve in the gym.
No. Oh, little Simon's here. Hello, little Simon.
Little Simon. Hello, little Simon.
Different question. What's your favourite stage production? Stage play or musical? Loz loves a musical.
I do love a musical.
You watched one today, didn't you?
I did. Well, yeah.
When I watched Wicked.
I took the girls to see Wicked. I actually wanted to see Gladiator 2, but they didn't.
Well, obviously, one of them's 6.
We settled for, but it was pretty good, actually, to be fair. Although it's long, and that's only part 1. It's going to be a part 2.
Terry does not eat any fish or seafood. Does Loz have any similar dietary rules?
Certainly not rules. I mean, I try to eat fish. I'm not a massive fish or seafood fan, to be honest, but I do eat fish sometimes.
Battered from the chimney.
No, that's mean.
You eat sushi?
Sushi, I have quite a lot.
You like smoked salmon?
Yeah, salmon.
Tuna.
Or smoked salmon. Yeah, I eat some fish. It's not a rule that I don't eat it.
No.
Certainly not. I try to because of the benefits, but it's not my favorite. I'd be a chicken or steak kind of guy as my mainstay. But not a rule that I wouldn't eat it, no.
No. I tried fish jerky in Iceland. Tasted okay, but it was so dry and rough and it absolutely stunk as well.
Yeah.
Did you ever do a Husafel run, Lars? Asked him.
No, and I've done lots of carries, so shield carry type runs and sandbags or stones, but I never actually used the actual Husafel.
And And you did answer this last week, but let's finish up here with Finn. What do you think of Mitch running a mile a day for 30 days?
It was a kilometre a day, not a mile.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, absolutely fine. A kilometre's really not too far. Mitch is fit and he likes to kind of keep fit. And I think it's good to do some form of cardio each day, whether it's in a gym on like a bike or a ski erg or something like that, or as Mitch did with running. Just be careful with running on your knees if you have knee issues. Mitch is young, he's fine. And I think he even said his calves he had a few little issues with his calves, but small tears and stuff. But running a kilometre is not a huge amount of effort. You should be able to run. I think you should be able to run a mile as a man. If you can't, your fitness is very, very bad, and you want to try and correct that. And having some basic level of fitness is always going to help you when it comes to any form of training and strength training.
Hello, just me. Joe saying Gladiator 2 had bad reviews, but I thought it was great.
I've seen mixed reviews on it, and I think sometimes people get too caught up into the reality of it rather than just enjoying the storyline. I said, just going off on a tangent, I saw a trailer for a new Lion King movie, Mufasa. I don't really understand the fascination right now with Disney trying to make everything real life. There's nothing wrong with the cartoons.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
but anyway, something, hopefully it's good and we'll go watch it. But that was just a little thought I had while I saw the trailer.
You have to try the fish jerky with butter. Well, that sounds delicious, Monica, but to me, that would kind of defeat the purpose of eating fish jerky. I'd be going for a very lean,
nice fish,
low calorie, like high protein snack. Now, suddenly I'm full of butter. I love butter. I'm not touching butter right now because I love it so much.
Yeah,
I dent one whiff and I'll be in trouble.
One more question and then we will call it a day.
Yeah. What's more important to train for strongman, arms or legs?
Legs. Legs are way more important than arms in strongman.
There we go.
The leg can transfer to everything else. So like if you're a weak presser, for instance, you can still use your legs to score good points.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be a big bench presser to be a good strongman.
Yeah.
But if you can squat well,
it's true. You
can usually deadlift okay, and you can usually use that leg power to transfer into the overhead, and then you can use it for like farmers and stuff like that.
So much carryover, isn't there, with having strong legs. And look, my one Team Liz athlete is here. Bit late because we're going, but we were talking about you earlier. There's no pressure on you as the only Team Liz representative. Just do remember, you represent a very elite class of person, so don't.
And says Paddington 3 is not as good as 1 and 2, which is disappointing, but normally they get worse.
Should be expected.
Right, guys, have an awesome week. We'll be on next week.
Yes, we will. Yeah.
It's
Alexa's birthday. She'll be in bed. It should be in bed at 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Right, guys, we'll join you next Sunday, and it will be the final day of OSG as well.
Oh, how exciting!
So that'll be a fun one. So we definitely
will it still be happening?
It'll still be happening. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we do it as a watch party / live. I don't know.
Anyway, we've got some fun videos coming out this week. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'm off to Neil Pickup's channel.
What, you getting on there? You're going live? Yeah. You nerd. All right, goodbye, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. For goodness sake.